be in here, but I can see everything. Might not hear everything, but I can see everything. How'd addition go? Do we pick up on addition all right? Subtraction's the same thing, but you get smaller now. You get smaller, and you still need how many pairs? Two. I'm not changing the rules. Still need 2 pairs, but now from the givens to the proved, you get smaller. So just like I did with addition, you guys don't have to copy down my line segments. I just want it there for a visual. If A and B are equal and C and D are equal, can you now come up with a statement for me where now I'm going to subtract a pair and it's equal to another pair subtracted? Can you give me this pair subtracted equals this pair subtracted? Correctly using my line segments. Here we go. 28, going deep. Give me a pair I can subtract.
A minus C.
Yep, it's the same as if I subtracted.
B minus D.
There you go. That's a good pair right there. Give me another one because you are in honors. Or 13. Give me another pair I could subtract up here and they're all equal. Yep, B minus D is the equal to A minus, hold on, isn't that what we just had? B minus C, thank you. B minus C is the same as A minus D. Yep. All right, good. Here's the issue though. Because this is the point we're at now. On Friday night, over the weekend, you knew it was addition. There's no second guessing. Now you got to figure out which one to use. Because you got both on the table, and homework tonight I did sneak in an addition one. So now we got to figure out as a class here, I know it's one of the two, but without guessing, how do I know for sure which one it is? So look at the first example here. Look at my givens. DAC, everyone, that angle? Can somebody go back to unit 1? What type of angle is DAC? DAC. Straight angle. Don't say supplementary. That's got to be 2 angles. This is only 1. DAC is straight. ECE is also a straight angle. So that makes sense that they're equal. And then I'm also telling you angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So we'll put our arc marks there. And I'm asking why 3 and 4 are equal. What do straight angles measure from unit 1? 180 degrees. Okay, got it. So how am I going to get to 3 and 4? Well, as I go from my straight angle, DAC 180 you just told me, to angle 3, is that angle getting bigger or is it getting smaller? I hope it's getting smaller because it shouldn't be bigger than 180. So does everyone see from the givens to the proof? In this case, I'm getting smaller. Yes, we see that. And there's only one way we get smaller, and that is subtraction. Whoa! You better have how many quantities to subtract from each other? 2. How many did I give you? 2. So I can go right to subtraction. You just got to tell me what you're subtracting now. So angle, we'll start. You got to start with the bigger angle. DAC. What angle are you going to look at the diagram? Look at the diagram. What angle do I need to take away from DAC to get angle 3? What needs to be wiped away, subtracted from DAC to get angle 1? I'm sorry, angle 3. Angle 1. Equals. That's the same as angle, the other straight angle, ECA, minus angle 2. What gives me the right to do this? Our new one for today, out of the 2, subtraction. And just from Friday, that's not my proof statement. Last one's got to be the proof statement. So why is angle 3 equal to angle 4 now? How do I know angle 3 is the same as DAC minus 1? Substitution. Now look, can we just have a real talk here? Whether it's today or mid-March, if you write subtraction or addition down, the very next line is always going to be substitution. Okay, I don't care whether we're doing this in unit 1 or the proofs we do in unit 10. Okay, I write down subtraction or addition, the very next step should be substituting it. Do you see why it's not addition? And why I chose subtraction? We're good? All right. One doesn't make you great. Here we go. And you guys are real lucky today. I don't know. I must have found my heart buried deep in my body. You don't have to write down any of the givens. They're already there for you. You're welcome. All right. DF equals BE. I'll show you how I probably wouldn't mark it like this because I don't know what that goes to. So I just do this little squiggly here from D to F and from E to B just to show it's the whole thing. And then I put hash marks on those. All right. Look at what's given, and then look at what I'm asking you to prove. Look at those line segments, please, everyone. Look at those line segments. The ones I'm giving you and the ones I'm asking you to prove. Notice anything about them. Are they getting bigger or are they getting smaller? From DF to DE, is that line segment getting bigger or smaller? Smaller. So we at least identified this is what type of proof? Subtraction. Let's keep talking through this. How many pairs do you need to subtract? 2. Hey, you can't subtract right now in statement 2 because you have nothing to subtract from these two givens. You don't. You need something else to subtract. So what do I need to subtract from DF? I need to subtract EF from it, right? What do I need to subtract from BE to get BF? BE to get BF. What do I need to subtract from it? EF as well. And what do I know about these two? They're equal by the reflexive postulate or property. Reflexive does not have an S in it. Have some self-respect. Now how many quantities do I have? 2. So now use statement 1 and 2 and subtract them. All right, got to start calling on people here. What's statement 3 going to look like? 12. What's statement 3 going to look like? You got it. And this is by subtraction. And then from here, you know the deal. You write down subtraction or substitution. You better substitute, or addition or subtraction. You better substitute in right away after. I'll probably forget, so I'll warn you now. Addition does sneak into homework tonight. So just don't be in the subtraction mode. But is there anything now, because I'm taking a hard left turn on this last fact? Anything? All right, take a look up here for me. Here we go. I got line segments A and B. I've marked them congruent. I'm going to take half of A, all right? I'm going to take half of line segment A away. And I'm going to take half of line segment B away. What do you know about those two halves I've just taken away? Are they equal and congruent?
Yes.
Okay, good. They are. So if two quantities start out equal, I take halves of them. Their halves are equal. Go back to unit 1 for me. I need 2 vocabulary words that would signify I'm taking half of them. Because most likely I'm not going to tell you I'm going to take half of them. I'm going to put a vocabulary word that says, hey, I am taking half of them. 2 vocabulary words from unit 1. 2. One is bisector. That means, and the other one, midpoint. All right, so I start seeing those words in the givens. I'm starting to take half. And here is your final new fact for today that we're going to use in the proof. Halves of equal quantities are equal. Again, let me go back to my diagram. These are equal, right? Their halves are also equal. Okay? All good. All right, so here we go. No diagram needed here. There's no diagram. We don't have to draw one. What do I know about line segment A, B, and DC? They're congruent. Number 1, they're congruent. Then look, what am I doing to A, B, and DC? I'm taking half of them, and I'm calling them AF and EC. Does everyone see so far? I'm saying AB and DC are equal, then I'm cutting them in half and calling them AF and EC. What should I know about AF and EC? AF is congruent to EC. And I need you to start using the fact, word for word here. Because of halves. Whoa, substitution. Where's the, where am I substituting in for? Is the question. I don't see where I'm going to substitute in and get AF equals EC. Right? Because I can't just, hey, I just can't do this. They're not the same. Right? I can't do this. They're not the same. So I'm using my new one, which is what? What do you know about AF and EC? Those are halves of, right? They're halves of equal quantities are equal. I think there's something we forgot to write in. Keywords that signify I'm taking half. Bisector and midpoint. That means you're taking half, right? All right, I wish it was that easy. So let's do a proof where it's just not two steps. Halves of equal quantities are equal. And then you got plenty of time to work today. All right. There's no givens listed. It's already in your proof. Take a look. It's already in your proof. Everyone see the two angles I have congruent. Mark them on your diagram with arc marks, please. Mark them on your diagram with arc marks. DCB and DAB. I want to make sure we can do this here. Still get nervous. Don't mark R and S congruent. That's not given, right? I got proof next to that. We're trying to get them congruent. So don't mark R and S. It's just going to be confusing. Just mark angle DCB congruent to DAB. What was given? So I'm hoping we have arc marks right here and right here. All right. All right, I want to eliminate a possibility right now before I get on to halves of equal quantities. Why isn't this a subtraction proof? Because you told me, Carlino, I'm going from angles that are big to angles that are getting smaller. Everyone agree? All right, I'm getting smaller. So why can't I subtract? What's the problem with subtracting in this proof? Well, you need how many pairs of equals? Two, right? I got one. But does everyone see? I'm just going to label them 1 and 2. I need to subtract angles 1 and 2 from these two to get R and S. Does everyone agree with that? Do I know 1 and 2 are equal? No. Can I do reflexive that they're equal? What's reflexive for? The same exact angle. Are those two the same exact angle? No. So there's no way you're getting those two angles congruent to subtract. So that's why it's not subtraction. You're not going to get that second pair. All good? All right. Well, what do we know then? What's happening to DAC, DCB, and DAB? Which means what? They're being cut in half. You need to tell me that. You are not allowed to use halves of equal quantities until you tell me the two that are congruent are being cut in half. AKA, look at your last proof. See how I gave you that they're being cut in half? You need to write that for me now before you say halves of equal quantities are equal. So again, name one angle that's being cut in half. Half of DCB. Show me you're cutting it in half. Half of DCB, look at the diagram now. There's two angles you could put here. Here's DCB. I'm cutting in half. I could write, and don't write this, please. I could write DCA. That's half of it. Yes? Is that half? Or I could write angle S, the other one. Both would be 100% correct, but darn it, what's the one I'm concerned about in this proof? S. So I'm just going to write it's equal to angle S. So if I take half of DCB, that's the same thing as saying angle S. Isn't there another angle we're taking half of? DAB. So if I take half of DAB, I'm going to call that now, well, I have two options again. Do I want to call it DAC, or do I want to refer to it as angle R? Which one am I working with in the proof?
R.
Which one?
R.
Which one?
R.
What do we got? Pirates in here? All right, moving on. Gets them every year. Every year, kids. Gets them every year. Yep, every year. Some people are still thinking, I don't get it. It's R because pirates go R. All right, for some of you who need a little assistance. Favorite restaurant for a pirate? Ooh, 7th period new. Somebody just say it. Favorite restaurant for a pirate? Arby's. Yep. Favorite vacation destination? Nobody could get that in period 7.
Oh, I know. Arwari.
Argentina. Yep. You guys got it. Good. Last question. Favorite movie? Favorite movie? I'm not going to get this. Favorite movie? Not going to get it. Nope. Anything rated?
R.
Yeah. All right. Here you go. All right. I need a reason, though, and it's not halves of equal quantities. Why did you take half of DCB? What was up there in the givens that said, oh, I'm taking half of that? Bisector. Definition of bisector. Good. Definition of bisector. All right, now let's look what we have. Do I have two equal angles?
Yeah.
Given. Did you take half of it?
Yeah.
Step 2. Done. What do I know about these halves, S and R now? What do I know about angle S and angle? I just took half of what? Two angles that were equal. So what do I know about the halves? They also have to be equal to each other or congruent. And this is not substitution. Halves of equal quantities are equal. You need to make sure the checklist is done before you write that down. And what's the checklist? A pair of equal angles, and you got to take half of them. That has to be there before you use halves of equal quantities. All good. Okay, let's see what you got on your own now. Let's see what you got on your own. I'll walk around checking. If you want me to check it before you move on, I will. Because remember, there's no answers on Classroom. Statements column. Yep, statements reasons.